Hello. Today we're going to go through Adaptive Insights dashboarding tool. This is going to be referenced as Discovery, which you can see up here on the screen, and then also within the navigation bar here. Once you click on this link, it's going to take you to the first page. In this demo system, we have one dashboard set up, but it's possible to set up any number of different dashboards. In this case, we have Association, which is going to look at a holistic view of the entire organization. But if you wanted to customize to have one for your CFO versus your HR department or AP manager, you're able to do that and create custom dashboards for each. In this case, if we click into Association, it takes us into the actual dashboard, which along the top, you'll notice that there are these 6 tabs, each of which has a very different intent and unique intent. And you're able to customize, again, each of these to be whatever you'd like it to look at. You can have one, or you can have a dozen different tabs for one individual. Above that, you're going to notice a few filters. If I hit this drop down here, you can see that we have access to our organization chart. So within here, if you want to look at specific areas of your organization, you can, or you can look at a consolidated view. For instance, if I wanted to look at just some programmatic metrics for individual programs, I can do that right from this drop down here. Any change I make to this drop down is going to update all of the reports and charts within this dashboard. In addition, if you are multi-currency, you're able to hit this drop down and adjust to look at it in that other currency, and it's going to update all of the numeric values to align the conversion with the converted currency. In the upper right, you can also adjust the time period that you're going to be running this for. In this case, I'm running it for May 2018, but if you want to look at anything historical or even in the future, you can do that as well. Within these different components on the dashboard, you're able to click on this expansion option, which will then give you a clearer picture of what you're looking at. In this case, we're looking at a pie chart. And if at any point you wanted to omit a certain category, for instance, in this case, we're looking at programmatic expenses by program. This category here represents any programmatic expenses that are tied to a specific program. So if I wanted to omit those from this pie chart to get a true picture of what my programmatic direct expenses are, I simply click on that one option down here, and now it has updated all of the percentages to reflect what it looks like without that individual category. So in here, I can do the same thing. I can just keep on trimming out different parts of the chart. And if I want to hover over one of these, I can see the dollar value right here, so that I can see it both as a percentage and that healthcare is making up just over $250,000 in expenses. I can also adjust the period I'm looking at if I want to look at it as a year, quarter, or month. And then down here, I can change what that period is. And if at any point I made a change and I want to revert back, I can simply close this, and then it's going to take me back to my original chart. If we go to another one of these sub dashboards, you'll see a few different examples of other charts. If I click into one of these, in this case, membership revenue, I can click on any part of this chart, and it's going to give me a drop down here with a few options. I can explore the data to drill into the underlying data feeding into the chart, or I can click on different dimensions that I have. So in this case, it's going to take my membership revenue, and it's going to show me what level makes up that specific part of the chart. And I can keep clicking down to see the different areas within that chart. Continue that expansion as deep into the data as I'd like to go. And of course, if I hit back, it takes me back to this chart. Keep in mind that everything we're looking at here is pulling from other data within Adaptive. You're able to bring in both financial and non-financial data into the system. And then once it's in, we're able to pick and choose what we have showing up on each of these different components. Another example would be a personnel sheet here, or personnel dashboard. So within here, if I click on this, you'll notice that there's quite a bit of programmatic or non-program specific expenses. If I just close that out, you'll notice that these are now showing up with a more accurate picture of those programmatic compensation. Down here is a scorecard, and you're going to notice that this is a bit different than the other charts and graphs, but it's still pulling in some summary data from other parts, in this case, the personnel sheet within Adaptive. And that's a quick overview of what the dashboarding has to offer. This is live data coming straight in from other parts of the system, as mentioned before. If you're integrating in your accounting system or potentially another system such as Salesforce, that detail is going to feed into Adaptive, and you can marry and tie it all together within these dashboarding tools so that you have a clear picture on your entire organization.